Well, our top focus this evening, the political fallout of the Mysuru Urban Development Authority or Muda land allotment controversy that has Chief Minister Siddaramaiah at the epicenter. As the accusations get louder and stronger with each passing day, the face-off is likely to dominate the upcoming session of the state legislature starting on Monday. Has it put the government and the Chief Minister on a defensive? What impact will it have on the power equations within the Congress? A special panel up ahead to discuss the details. But first, Pratibha Raman on the latest in the Muda controversy.
The political face-off over the Muda land allotment controversy around Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah got another new twist with the social activist Siddaramaiah Krishna filing a complaint accusing Siddaramaiah's family of forging documents and illegally procuring 3.16 acres of land which was acquired by Muda, for which compensation sites were allotted at a different site. The Congress hit back and alleged that the activist was making false allegations at the behest of the BJP.
2005 ಇಸ್ವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಯಕ್ರಾಂತ ಆಗಿರೋ ವಿಚಾರನ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟು ಕೃಷಿ ಭೂಮಿ ವ್ಯವಸಾಯ ಭೂಮಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾಧೀನ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸುಳ್ಳು ದಾನಪತ್ರ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಅವರ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಭೂ ಮಾಲೀಕರು ನಮಗೆ ಪರಿಹಾರ ನೀಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಮೈಸೂರು ನಗರಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರಾಧಿಕಾರದಿಂದ ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬೆಲೆ ಬಾಳುವಂತ 14 ನಿವೇಶನವನ್ನ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯವರ ಕುಟುಂಬದವರು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಅದು ಎಂಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀವ್ರಿ. ಇಬ್ರು IAS ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಕೈಲಿ ಎಂಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದು ಏನ್ ತನಿಖೆಯಾಗಿ ಏನ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ತನಿಖೆಯಾಗಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ಕಾನೂನು ಬಾಹಿರವಾಗಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ 100% ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ರಾಜಕೀಯವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮಾಡಲಿ ಪಾಪ, ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ 15ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಿಗೆ. ಅದು ರೈಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಸರ್.
While the activist claimed to have submitted documents to prove that the land procured by Siddaramaiah's brother-in-law Mallikarjun in 2004 was done so with forged documents, the police have not registered a case as a 2-member commission of inquiry is looking into the matter. The BJP, though, is on the offensive and will launch protests in Mysuru on Friday against the CM.
So he should have registered the case, since he is claiming whatever documents are in possession of the CM family is fake, and that is the reason he wants to file a case. The investigation doesn't come in the way to prove whether genuine or duplicate.
A stormy session is expected next week, with the CM preparing to counter allegations as well as legal assaults. The land allotment scam on one hand, we also have the veracity of documents on the other. All eyes are on the investigation report and the action to be followed. With camera person Govind, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
Well, so what's the political fallout, as Pratibha Raman points out, before the legislature session begins here on Monday? And has it put the government on the defensive? Joining us this evening, Lavanya Balal Jain of the Congress Party, Dr. Sudha Khalkai of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sandeep Shastri, who follows Karnataka politics very closely, and senior journalist Ramakrishna Upadhyay, who's tracked several of these political personalities for several decades now. My first question to you, Lavanya Balal, has this put the government and the Chief Minister on the defensive? Because prima facie, it seems like the Muda has been allotting sites on a flawed logic.
Good evening, Veeraraghav. Not at all. It has not put the government or the CM on a defensive, because truth is on our side. If you look at the Muda sites distribution, there has been a distribution of 6,000 sites. And this distribution happened when the BJP was in power and not when Siddaramaiah was a CM prior to this or when he was a deputy CM. So it happened under the tenure of the BJP government between 2019 to 23. So if there is a fraud committed, then we would like to ask the BJP, did you commit the fraud? Because clearly this has not happened, because it was a conflict of interest for the Chief Minister. He's not taken any action when he was a Chief Minister, and Muda has acquired properties without sending notification, without compensating a lot of landowners. The question is, what happened to the rest of the, sites? There were 6,000 sites, allotted by the Muda. Who did it go to? Who got this land? And why is it that when the Muda acquired these properties, the notice was not sent to Parvati or any of the other people whose land was acquired by the Muda? Why did Muda take an illegal action? That is also one of the questions.
Right. So, Sudha Halkai, respond to those points raised by Lavanya Balal. The Congress's defense is that this happened during BJP's time, and also there are BJP leaders whose family allegedly benefited from the site allotment as well. Please respond.
First and foremost, little I would like to bring light on this issue. Earlier, before the Muda formation was there was something called as City Improvement Trust Board by the Maharaja of Mysore. And here, the Maharaja of the Mysore himself, he used to give the land to the people, he used to give the shelter to the, he used to give roof to the roofless people. This was during the 90s. Okay, this was the ideology of the Maharaja then. And now comes here the Chief Minister of Karnataka, who is known as a custodian of our constitution, who is violating all the rules and regulation, and who has got one set of rules for himself and one set of rules for others. One thing. Second thing is, I would like to ask, why did they purchase this property? Why did they purchase this property in 2004? That is the brother-in-law of Mr. Siddaramaiah. Why didn't he check into the EC that this belongs to the Muda? He has purchased this from other person. Why didn't he see that this particular land, which comes to the Kesari Badavane, where 1992 notification was sent, and they have purchased this without checking into the EC. The so-called the deputy CM, the CM, the finance minister, the leader of the opposition who has been in power for the past 40 years has not seen the sensitivity of this details which has to be checked before the purchasing of the property. Second thing is, this has been given in the form of Kunkuma Bhagya. That is, the CM who is known for his phobia for the Kunkuma has accepted, is ready to accept the land and the compensation, huge compensation in the form of Kunkuma. This is a very controversial thing, I must say. And in 2005, there was a scheme by the government like 50-50 for the agriculturist, for the farmers. Why this land was purchased in 1990, in 2004 and 1992, there was allotment of this land. Why did they go for this implement of 50-50 for this? That is 2005 onwards, this scheme had come. My question is, 2,500
Right.
is the land value per square feet for which this land was the land which they had taken, and Mr. Siddaramaiah has claimed a property where the square feet value is 9,500. This is somewhere 3 to 4 times more than what he has, what land value his
Veera,
land
I would
holds
like
on.
to respond.
Why is that no?
Okay.
And when what Lavanya Balal is saying that the BJP
No,
was
Lavanya,
very
as you
proud of
respond-
whoever
Yes,
has
I would like to
trespassed,
respond.
whoever has trespassed that they have to be the
No, I'll get
investigation has to
Lavanya
be impartial, and the investigation has to be impartial and justice has to be done to each and every one today.
Hi. Veera Raghav, I'll take up from the
Okay,
last point.
as I get Lavanya Balal to respond, Lavanya, as you respond, I'm just adding one further question to this. Leave the facts aside, which will be something that will have to be probed. The fact that the Chief Minister's name has been dragged into this controversy, has it put A, the Congress on a defensive? I ask that question again. And B, does it reflect some power equation changes within the Congress as well? Please go ahead.
Absolutely not. It does not put the CM on the defense because he's not done anything wrong. And there is no question of, power equations changing within the Congress. And the BJP spokesperson spoke about how, there has to be an inquiry, and committee has been constituted to get into do an investigation, and 2 senior IAS officers are conducting the investigation. And she spoke about the 50-50 allotment, and that itself was brought about by the BJP, the previous BJP government. And there was a cheap shot about Kunkuma Bhagya. I don't think people should talk about his wife's beliefs, because the CM may or may not be an atheist, but he's not somebody who's rejected Hindu rituals. And on record, we have Mr. Bommai, the former CM of Karnataka refusing to wear kunkuma. It is also their party president in Karnataka who has refused to wear that. I would ask them to
Right.
refrain from personal comments and stick to the facts. And the fact of the matter is there has not been a crime committed or an corruption committed by the CM or the Congress government. We also want to know the answer. CM himself is very clear. He wants to know the answer who has committed corruption here, or if there is a scam, he wants to know that as well.
My question is why so
Okay,
many
a quick
transfers
rebuttal from Dr. Sudha before I go to the analysts on the show.
Veer Raghav, the land value of this, that is 3.16 acres of land, has been quoted as 25 lakhs before the state assembly elections, which they have to present in front of the election board. And now they're claiming a value of 60 crores. Second thing, they're claiming a value of 60 crores. You can just see the difference. Then it is just 13 months back, it's 25 lakhs, and now they want a compensation of 60 crores. My question is, does the CM doesn't know
the
that
valuation is another controversy in this?
And there's so many transfers of the officers taking place, and why is the overnight where the documents been missing over there? Bhairati Suresh has gone over there.
Okay, both of you have put your
and
points.
So many documents have been missing.
No,
both
of you have put your points. Let me get Ramakrishna Upadhyay and Sandeep Shastri into this. Ramakrishna Upadhyay, having seen this controversy, we leave the facts to the fact that there is an inquiry that's been set up. They will have to probe into the matter. What is the political fallout of this controversy that you see just as we head into a state legislature coming the first session after the Lok Sabha elections? What is the political fallout that you see of this?
Raghav, I see both the spokespersons beating about the bush. Before talking about the political fallout, let me point out bluntly, this is a scam involving thousands of crores of rupees worth of lands. And the beneficiaries are not just the Chief Minister and his wife. But there are beneficiaries across the board. They belong to various political parties. In fact, Mahadevappa, who is the minister in charge of Mysore, himself has admitted that there have been beneficiaries from other parties as well. You know what Muda has done is to acquire, start developing the land without acquiring it. And then they say, okay, we have not acquired it and we will give you at 50-50. What is this 50-50? And then you acquire somewhere and then you allot a land which is a prime land. It's like, you acquire a land in Konankutte in Bangalore and then allot a land in MG Road. So this is the kind of scam that has happened. Right. It is not just Siddaramaiah and his wife who are involved. There have been a lot of other people. Yes, this was bought in 2020 when BJP was in power. But this, despite the senior officials pointing out this is the irregularity and this has to be stopped, none of the governments have stopped, including Siddaramaiah governments. So this is the fact of the matter, that all those political parties are involved, and Siddaramaiah being in power right now should have cancelled the whole thing instead of waiting for it to come into the open. So he has waited till the whole thing has come to the open, and now is trying to organize a sham inquiry, and he's getting two IAS officers to do the inquiry. So this is not the inquiry. He has to organize a judicial inquiry. You should ask the High Court judge to get into this and get to the bottom of it if he's interested in facts.
Right, you're making a very important point there. Apart from how this has been approached by the government and the Chief Minister at the moment, Sandeep Shastri, Ramakrishna Upadhyay's core point is that the beneficiaries from such a flawed scheme, which seems to be completely prima facie flawed on logic, as he's pointing out, cuts across political lines. So does anyone have the moral right to take this on? What is the political fallout you see of this controversy?
Veera, I would fully concede the point that my friend Ramakrishna is making. I'll stretch it a little. There is weight in the argument that both Lavanyaji and Sudhaji came up with. I think the larger point we need to understand is many chief ministers in Karnataka, irrespective of the party that they have represented, have been embroiled in controversies relating to land purchase and land sale. It has haunted all of them. And let's remember, Veera, also, if you look at the background of those elected to various representative positions in urban areas, especially Bangalore and Mysuru, you scratch not too deep, you scratch a little deep, you will have a real estate connection with those who are representing people, irrespective of the party they belong to. So, land as a physical possession and positions of responsibility as political territory are both the center of controversy today. And I think, like in the past, this has revisited a government and a leadership once again. Go back to nice controversy, go back to the Konan Kunte controversy that that was spoken about very clearly. Every chief minister in the state in the recent past has had problems relating to land, its sale and its purchase.
Both of you,
Veera, I just want
both
to
you
put
and
one point over
Ramakrishna
here.
Upadhyay are making a very, very strong political point. Dr. Sudha, as I come to you, I'm just putting the last question to you and Lavanya. First to you, every political party in Karnataka most political leaders are involved in some sort of a land scam or the other. That's the truth of the matter.
Veera, I would like to put a point over here. It will be wrong if I don't mention Mr. L.K. Advaniji's presidency that he had resigned from his post when he was elected. He had an allegation regarding the Hawala case, and he joined once he was clear with all the allegations. So I say that Mr. Siddaramaiah should give a resignation and step down from his post on the grounds of morality. And if he comes out with a clean sheet, he can come back into the CM post again. Why is he not doing that? Why shouldn't he do that?
Lavanya, respond.
Being so responsible from all the 40 decades, he says that he's unaware of all these things and he claims
Lavanya,
so
go
much
ahead.
huge amount. Where should
Oh,
all
well,
the
you know,
poor
the
farmers-
BJP
Unfortunately,
needs to
madam,
back
when there were past
1,800
controversies, nobody
farmers
stepped down, whether it was
committed
Akrama,
suicide
Sakrama.
in
Please go ahead, Lavanya.
More than 1,000
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. The BJP needs to get off its high horse and say, oh, you should resign on the basis of moral grounds. I think BJP is not aware of what is moral grounds. There have been scam after scam after scam that has happened in the Modi government, including the one that happened during the results. And nobody has resigned. There is no
crores of scam has taken place. The officer, Mr. Chandrasekhar, has committed suicide.
I'm so
Nagendra
sorry,
has
I
been
speak over
arrested.
you.
ED has
I'll
done
keep
raid
speaking.
today in
Either you
Karnataka.
mute her or
What
let me
face you
speak.
people have today to talk about the scams in Karnataka? People, farmers, officers, everybody are dying today. The crime rates have increased. The
Lavanya,
prices have increased today.
Yeah, well,
last
Ms.
20
Sudha,
seconds to
Yes,
both
only
of you.
corruption, collection,
Yeah,
and
well,
crime
I
has
would
taken
like to
place,
say the
Lavanya.
BJP
What
is
else
the
is
ones
there
who
left
talk
in
about
Karnataka?
scams,
No
and they are the
development,
ones
not a
Raghav,
single
Siddaramaiah
development.
government
They
came
are
on
not
to
talking
saying
about
that
any of
40%
this.
corrupt sarkar. They call the
Between Mr.
BJP
Siddaramaiah
40%
and
corrupt
DK
sarkar.
Shivkumar.
Now what are they doing? They are indulging in huge corruption.
Allegation?
So many
There
contractors have
Is it
several
an
come.
points
Not a
allegation?
being
single
made,
road has
but this
developed.
sets the tone for what I think is going
People
to be
have
a
died because
stormy
of
assembly
dengue.
legislature session in Karnataka starting coming Monday. But that's all we have time for on this conversation.